Welcome back, everyone. So today we're coming towards the end of our body system. As you're aware, there is a test on next Monday, so this is the final class before that. What I'd like us to be able to do today is to spend some of the time at the beginning of the class to work through some revision, and then I've got a little bit of a fun activity for all of you with a focus on the digestive system. So before we do move into our revision time, I'd just like us to reflect a little bit as a class on what we've actually stepped through and learned throughout this unit of work. So as you know, there has been a strong focus on the digestive system. So if we think right back to the start of the unit, can someone tell me what was one of the first experiments we did? Yeah, that's right, we did burn some stuff. We burnt some test tubes actually with some food inside it. What was the purpose of that? It was a bit of fun. Yes, that's right. So what we were actually looking at was food types, and there were 3 different food types that we focused on. So with the first food type, what were we looking at there? One that we compared. Yeah, that's right. It was Benedict's solution to test for glucose. So that was one of the key things we learned from that. What about the second thing that we looked at, the iodine? Anyone remember what we had at the iodine? What were we actually searching for there? Yeah, that's right, Savannah. We were looking for starch, that complex carbohydrate. Can someone tell me what was the actual key difference that we've learned through this unit of work between those 2 things, glucose and starch? Yes, Jack. That's right, they're different in terms of how yes, exactly. So the size of the molecule, as Jack just said, glucose is what we call a simple carbohydrate. So from that perspective, it can be used by the body much quicker. So we looked at those types of food, the other one being fat as well, by rubbing food on baking paper and seeing whether it was much oil. And after that, what did we then do the following? Yeah, we looked at the effect of saliva on starch. And can anyone tell me what did we find from that? Yeah, what we actually did find was that saliva broke down starch. And what did it break it down into, though? Yes, glucose. And what's the point of that? Why does our body do that? I mean, that's true, we're breaking it down. But let's think about the question why. That's always the important question. Why is that happening? Yes, that's right, Sarah. So what we're actually looking at doing is having the body break down a complex carbohydrates, as starch, and glucose, because it can be more easily absorbed by our body and used by the body. And that ties into our following experiment we did now, which was over those 2 simple lessons. And what did we find there? And what were we doing? We had these little plastic sleeves. What was the whole point of that? Yeah, so we were looking at the effect of the starch and glucose and the intestines. So we had these plastic intestines, a little bit more hygienic than using the real ones, but what we actually did is we looked at what could go through that. And can anyone remind me what actually happened? Yeah, the glucose went through. What else? Yeah, the starch didn't. And the third option that we had, yeah, it ties back to what Jack was saying earlier, which is how the saliva, when we added that to the starch and popped it in our little plastic intestine, it broke it down into the glucose and seeped out, which we tested with the Benedict's the following week. So that got us through to understanding the types of food we can take in, the way it's absorbed by the body. What did we do after that? Yeah, we had that little fun experiment. It didn't work out that well for some, but we looked at energy requirements through the use of the volume of breath oxygen. So it was a little bit technical, a little bit mathematical, but what was, putting all that to the side, the mathematics, what was actually the purpose? What was the What do we learn? That's right. That naturally, as we do something which requires more exercise, more intensity, it uses up more energy. So we can use that breath. You remember running around in the yard, and what happened is the breath accelerated and it deepened as well. So it's a reflection, not a really accurate reflection, but it's one way that we can look at how much energy we're actually using. And then, what do we do for our last experiment? Yes, that's right, we burnt some food. Yeah, we burnt all different types of food. But what was the point in burning the food? To see the energy. Yeah, that is actually right. And how do we go about that? What did we actually do? Can anyone remember? Yeah, we burnt the food under the thermometer, the different types of food, under the test tube with the thermometer, and we noticed the change in the temperature. And what did we find from these experiments? What actually happened? Yeah, so certain foods released a lot more energy, burnt really well. As peanuts were a great example. And what did that demonstrate for you? What did that show you? Yeah, the peanuts had more energy density. But why is that? Yeah, because of the fats, the oils that you would have seen. When you have a peanut, you feel and taste that it's quite oily. So yeah, really fantastic sort of sequence of experiments we've done. We've had a lot of fun with experiments, and we get through our revision today. We've got one last fun one before the test next week. So what I'm going to do now is just allow you to break up in your small groups that you were using for the last experiment. And I'd like you to work through the questions I've popped up on DayMap, looking at revising the topic. So giving yourself, we'll probably spend about 15 minutes doing this, and I'd like you to take your time, maybe even 20 minutes, and just going through those different questions. I'll come around the class and actually answer any queries. I'm more than happy to explain anything that you're not quite certain about, because I want you to go into that test feeling confident. We've learned a lot, and it's been a lot of fun. But if you're not sure about something, you might have missed the class or just haven't quite grasped it, just pop your hand up. If your group's not having us, we'll come and chat. So I'll give them those 20 minutes. Alright, welcome back, class. So does anyone have any outstanding questions? No, nothing in particular. So Mark actually raised a really sort of important point around why did we, if you remember that energy and food experiment where we recorded how much energy there was by the change in temperature in the test tube, how come that was so low compared to the food that we see in the packet, saying a certain amount of kilojoules? And it was only about 10% of what the actual value was reported in the nutritional information. So we were just talking about that and some of the different factors as to why it was so low. And some of those were the heat escaping. So we couldn't control that overly well in terms of the amount of heat escaping. All the food didn't burn as well. So we did look at the change in mass, but sometimes there's a little bit of, the things we're holding on, a bit of food would stick on it and that sort of stuff. So this is a nice or an important point, because when we conduct experiments, they don't always work, or there can be errors associated. We've talked a little bit about those errors. Let me write up the discussion as we want to talk about improvements due to errors and so just being mindful of that. But yeah, it's a really, really good question. So, the activity. As you know, we're focused quite a bit on the digestive system. I thought it might be a bit of fun in your groups today to actually create a digestive system. A little bit of a poster sheet or presentation where I'm going to give you about 45 minutes to create a digestive system using all these different products up the front. So you can see there's a lot of different things, from balloons to cans to lollies to string, all sorts of stuff that you can use. And we've got these nice big sheets of paper. So Ideally, what I'd like you to try and do is to create this digestive system without using your books. So, drawing on the information that each of you would learn throughout the class or throughout this unit, and applying that in putting together the digestive system. In addition to sort of visually mapping it out on the sheet, which we've looked at quite a bit over the last few weeks, I'd like you to link it to the scientific information behind it, labelling what the different organs and parts are and what their functions are. That's important. Just what they are, but what do they do for the body? How do they work as part of the digestive system? And if we have some time at the end of the class, we'll see how we go. But it'd be great if we can each come up the front and just provide a little bit of a visual, sort of 1 minute presentation to show the rest of the class what you've managed to come up with. So if we can just start that now, you're welcome to come up, grab what you want. Don't grab a whole heap of one thing. You want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to use the different types of products that I've got up the front. So I'll leave you to it now. Again, I'll come around and just observe and see what you're creating as part of this fun activity. So yeah, some really creative and interesting digestive systems we're seeing. Some interesting use of those chocolate bullets towards the end of the digestive system. But really fantastic work, everyone. And it was really clear that you're all having a lot of fun doing this. So now I'm going to get each group just to come up and just do a bit of show and tell of what you've created and talk about one thing each of you have learned from the digestive system that you found really interesting. So just sort of showing your poster that you've come up with, and then each of you just mentioning what's one really interesting, fascinating fact or point that you've learned about the digestive system throughout this year. Okay, so thank you everyone. That was a lot of fun. We've got a couple of minutes left. So this last couple of minutes is actually an opportunity for you to eat the lollies that you've used to create your little poster presentation. But well done on a really fantastic little activity. And if you do have any burning questions again about the test, feel free to see me on the way out.